Hello and welcome to Horror and Monster Collectibles, where today we are going to be taking a look at Full Moon's Blade replica from the Puppet Master original series. Now these replicas have been around for a little while, but I've had a couple, but I never had Blade. Blade is probably the most recognizable puppet of them all, I would probably say. He is definitely my fan favorite. In case you didn't know, Blade is a living puppet created by Andre Toulon in Berlin during the Second World War, and he was designed after the Gestapo Major Kraus, and he has the soul of Dr. Hess, who was a German surgeon and a medical doctor who betrayed the Nazis to work with Toulon and was stabbed to death in the process. I loved him so much. Probably I would say like Torch and Tiny and Jester would be like my other favorites. Leech Woman was pretty cool too. But anyway, let's go ahead and spin this guy around and we'll take a closer look. And real quick, I wanted to show you guys the cert that he comes with, which is signed by Charles Band, who obviously did the movies, and which is pretty cool. All of these guys come with these certs, and in the past the stand was also signed, but this one is not signed. He is made of a foam body with a wire frame and a resin head and hands and feet. I will say that the starting at the top, I guess, the hat seems a little bit oversized. It's rather big. There is a little foam spacer in there to kind of tighten things up, but it is still rather big, and you have to kind of tilt it back to get it to sit on his head, or else it just kind of like covers him up. Would kind of like to see that a little bit done up a little bit better, a little bit smaller. And also, like, it had like most of the time it had like a little fabric band on the hat, which this does not have on there. Kind of spin around the head. I do like the head sculpt, but you know, nitpicking, the paint job isn't that great. Like the black on the nostril doesn't look that great. And I would actually I kind of wish they had like the little bullet eyes that he had would look really cool. And then I think that if they added like a little black line for the jaw to kind of separate the lower and upper jaw a little bit, like it opened up in the movie, and maybe even, because there's some versions of him where he had like colored lips. I say colored, but they were like a light gray. And then there was even one, I think it was like a light blue gray. But I don't know, I might make those changes myself. Coming down here to his jacket, it seems well done. I'm gonna come around to the back side here. I do like the way it looks, although I will say though that the waist is a little bit too narrow. The waist looks a little funky, to be honest, and I think what I'll end up doing here with the waist is adding some filler in there so it doesn't look so narrow. He did have a narrow waist, but this looks exceptionally narrow. The blade is done nice. I say blade, the hook is done nice, and you can see a little fitting on here, but right here it goes right to the foam body. I think that what I'll probably do is end up painting that foam black, so it kind of hides that, because you can kind of see that in the sleeve. And we'll come over and look at the blade this time. And it's the same fitting, and then the same foam body that's right behind it, which is kind of unfortunate that shows. Really wouldn't bother me so much if it didn't show, but since it shows, it kind of bothers me. And down here, the feet do look nice. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just kind of like a roughed in foot, but it does the part. And I think that on the puppet itself, it didn't have like great construction, but the outfit does look good. I would say that I like the way it's tailored. It just needs a filler here. The one drawback though is the white stand and the little claw that captures it is way too big. If you guys can see, he just kind of like floats in there. I think what I would do is paint this part black at least. I do kind of like the white on the base just because it kind of breaks it up a little bit. I think if it was black, it might be too much black going on. I don't know. Kind of on the fence about that. But I will definitely do the claw in black. Alright guys, so that's about all there is to go over on this Blade replica. I forgot to add that he is about 19.5 inches tall with a hat on. So he's a pretty decent size, and I think he's pretty close to being scale because I think he was about 1.5 feet or so tall. Maybe he was a little bit taller than that. Maybe he's just a little undersized because I want to say maybe he was close to 2 feet tall. I can't remember. But anyway, this replica is 19.5 inches tall. And I absolutely love Blade. I think that the Puppet Master movies are excellent B movies. They kind of got a little questionable towards the end, but the first few I really like a lot, and Blade again is my favorite puppet. And I would say that Torch is probably my second. I would be curious to know what you guys think of the Puppet Master movies, and then also like what is your favorite puppet? What is it, 6-shooter or Leech Woman or Tiny or Torch? Whatever, I'd like to know. But anyway, I'm glad to have this Blade in my collection. So as always, feel free to leave any questions or comments that you have, and I'll be happy to answer them. And feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.